I'm staying overnight in the world's darkest room. The official room is in South Korea. Since I don't have a Mr. Beast budget, I decided to replicate this room in my own home. As kids, we all go through that phase of being scared of the dark. Most people grow out of it by adulthood. Those that don't usually have nyctophobia.
Nyctophobia.
That's the one. I used to be scared of the dark as a kid, then I got mega ripped. Look at him go. DM me, ladies. Nowadays, I'm not sure how I feel about the dark, so I thought I'd put it to the test by plunging myself into total darkness for 12 hours. David Blaine, eat your heart out. Right, well, it's time to say goodbye, world. Guess I'll see you in 12 hours. Hopefully. Oh, it's dark. I thought I'd begin this process by just taking some deep breaths and enjoying the nice, peaceful surroundings. Right, I'm bored. Rather than sit in the chair for 12 hours, I thought I'd entertain myself with a set of different activities. First up, painting. Canvas. Water, yes, good. Water near electricals. Sounds like a terrible idea. And I love it. Am I in shot? I don't know. It's that sort of pitch blackness where you sort of just see swirls. It's like you're hallucinating. I'm not even going to know what colour I'm picking. Brilliant. We'll find out in the morning. If I've picked white paint, I'll be so annoyed. Why do I feel like this is going terribly? Definitely smell paint. Maybe have I put a lot on? About 15 minutes in, my eyes started to adapt, which made me remember I was once told that I have better vision in the dark than the average human. That's a fact. I've got enlarged pupils. Can't see in the dark, just to be clear, not X-ray vision. But I feel like I'm going to leave that to dry, whatever that is. Probably a bit of a mess. I mean, there's only 2 colours on there, so see what that looks like tomorrow. Art. With the painting now dry until I could see it in the morning, I took a moment to take in what I was actually putting myself through. I feel like the most difficult part of this is probably going to be no phone, no knowledge of the time. Obviously the no sight things, yeah, that's a bit of an issue as well, obviously. It's a little bit like when you go to like a blind restaurant or whatever it is, you know, you just eat in the dark, that kind of thing. They say, oh, it improves the experience of it all. Does it really? What, not being able to see the person in front of you? If you've got an ugly date, then fair enough, but other than that, does it? After I'd finished slagging off various activities in the dark, I then moved on to my next activity. In the dark. This is going to be interesting. I mean, I can't play the keyboard even when I can see, so I don't know what I'm expecting now. Nearly. No. Cool, look at that posture. Smashed it. Come on! With the first hour now complete, I was starting to feel the effects of being in complete darkness. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed, it really does heighten your senses. I can already feel myself having to rely more on feel and touch. This isn't like going to sleep sort of dark, where there's still a little bit of light around the room, whatever. This is pitch black. In fact, it was so dark that I couldn't tell where I was directing the camera. This is quite tiring, actually. After getting tired from doing absolutely nothing, I decided it was time to get my body moving. Who wants it? Foam roll. Back is killing me. I wonder why that is. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's it. A great lower back exercise for those of you that struggle. Oh, and then just thrust. Just thrust in the air. Even I'm not sure what's going on at this point. Air thrusts complete. Bit of exercise there, job done. Wow, that was the most action I've had in a while. I've done lots so far. This is really quite I'm getting more productive. I should just live in the dark. I think I'd get a lot more done. Doing all that movement in the dark had got me seeing shapes that weren't there. So I quickly returned to the comfort of my own chair. You wouldn't see Bear Grylls doing this, would you? In the pitch black. No, I bet he hates the dark, does Bear? He loves his own urine though, doesn't he? Can't get enough of it. Jesus, just calm it down, Bear. Calm it, just have some water. Have a little glass of water. Hopefully I won't get to that sort of stage tonight. Although I haven't really thought about the toilet situation. Maybe I should have stopped drinking water. At this point I started craving blue skies, a flower, a tiger. Yeah, it's a load of bollocks, isn't it? I wasn't thinking any of that. I had more important things on my mind. I saw someone online say that if you did this for long enough, eventually you would go blind. My eyes are pretty bad anyway, do you know what I mean? It's not really a lot to lose at this point. If anything, it'd save some money on the Specsavers subscription, to be honest. I sort of feel like I'm hallucinating, you just see like specks of things that just aren't there. Wow, what a fascinating insight. Gutted we don't have time for more. Maybe I'll do a video in the world's brightest room and actually blind myself. That'd be interesting. I was now 2 hours in and it was nearly time to sleep, but before I went to bed there was only one more thing left to do. Have a sing-song? I got do da 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 da. I got do da 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 da.
there.
Yeah, that's a man that's lost the plot. Don't try this at home, kids.
Nighttime routine, everyone. Oh, careful. Face wipes. Since I can't leave the room to wash my face, I do have some wipes. It's not quite as good as a face wash, but in desperate times, you do desperate things.
I'm not sure what's worse, the singing or these camera angles.
Yeah, what's going to happen? That's the nighttime routine over. I brushed my teeth before going in here just so I didn't have the hassle. Is it just me that sees stuff when I close my eyes? I can see colours and all sorts. Is that normal? That I can make it whatever colour I want it to be? It's weird.
That is weird. Now feel free to keep that to yourself.
It's definitely relaxing. It's like a reset for the mind. No phone, no social media. It's quite good, actually. It's quite good. Is this what it used to be like back in the day? We all just sat in the dark? Probably. Before they invented lights? Probably.
Sort of weird not being able to know what's in the room, really. Like, you sort of do know what's in the room, but at the same time, do you really? Pretty confident no one snuck in, but do you know what I mean? There's that sort of, who's lurking in that corner kind of feeling? Might be a murderer. Probably not, but you never know.
And on that note, it was time for bed. On a serious note, I do actually think being in the pitch black did trigger a little bit of anxiety before I went to bed. Not because I was somehow scared of the dark, but actually it was because having my eyes open was exactly the same as having them closed, and I think that inability to turn off and escape was what caused it. I was fine after a bit, but it was just like 15 minutes or so. After that passed, I was finally ready to go to sleep. What I wasn't prepared for was what would happen during the night. The camera I'm using detects motion. Turns out I move a lot during the night, like every 20 minutes. Safe to say my camera was on low battery the next morning. And then I eventually woke up at 7 o'clock. There he is! How am I single? Come on. Look at him. What a looker. That morning I had knockoff Belvitas for breakfast, as you do. Did a bit of exercise. What a lad. And topped it off with a shave. Yes, I had a shave. That beard was just out of control. You've got to look your best, even in the dark. By this point, I was pretty sure my alarm would go off any minute now, so I decided to set up the camera and wait for 9 o'clock.
We've done it. 9 AM, 12 hours in pitch black. This means that finally we can get some light in here. Okay, are you ready? The big reveal. Oh God, Jesus. That's a bit much. That'll do. Oh, it's a terrible day. Oh, I'm going to close it again, Jesus.
One thing though, the painting. What does the painting look like?
I tell you what, that is decent. I've done worse stuff when I have been out to sea. That's alright. I'd buy that.
So it turns out I'm not scared of the dark, but what I am scared of is you not subscribing, you plonker. It takes 2 seconds. Cheers.